The moment you understand the system loses its power over you. Your awareness is the only weapon they never found a way to defeat. Now build everything toward this line. Every section must lead here. You went in for one thing. You came out with 10. And the worst part, you planned it that way. You just did not know it yet. What I am about to show you is something billion-dollar companies spent decades trying to hide. But once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And that is exactly the point. You walk into a store feeling fine. Therefore, your guard is completely down. But the moment you walk through that door, something invisible begins. The flowers at the entrance, not decoration. Therefore, they put your brain into a generous emotional state. But you do not notice. You never notice. The slow music playing softly, not atmosphere. Therefore, you walk slower. Therefore, you see more products. Therefore, you buy more. But you think you chose the pace yourself. The milk is always at the back. Therefore, you walk through every single aisle to reach it. Therefore, you see things you never planned to buy. Therefore, those things end up in your cart. But you call it impulse buying. It was never impulse, it was architecture. Here is the chemical truth. Your brain has two systems, wanting and liking. They are completely separate. Wanting is driven by dopamine, the chemical of anticipation, of craving, of needing to have something before you have even touched it. Liking is different. Liking is what you feel after. And here is what nobody tells you. Wanting and liking almost never match. The scroll, the click, the add to cart, the checkout. Pure dopamine, pure wanting, your brain on fire. Then the package arrives. You open it, and the feeling? Gone. Not because the product was bad, because the dopamine was never about the product in the first place. It was about the chase, the hunt, the anticipation, the moment before you had it. That moment, that single moment of wanting, is worth $4 trillion per year to the people who learn to manufacture it. On demand, in your pocket, 24 hours a day. Most videos about shopping addiction will tell you about dopamine, but here is the angle nobody covers. The year was 1957. A market researcher named James Vickery claimed he had flashed the words "eat popcorn" and "drink Coca-Cola" on a movie screen for 1/3000th of a second, invisible to the conscious mind, and sales jumped 57%. The world panicked. Congress threatened to ban subliminal advertising immediately. But here is what nobody tells you. Vickery later admitted he fabricated the study. The data was fake. But, and this is the critical part, the research it triggered was completely real, because advertisers now knew one thing they had never known before, that the subconscious mind was the real target, not your rational brain. Not your decision-making brain, the part of you that runs on autopilot, the part that decides before you decide. And from 1957 onward, every dollar in advertising research was pointed at one single question. How do we speak to the autopilot? They found the answer, and they have been using it on you every single day since. Okay, I need to be honest with you, right now, because this next part is personal. Think about the last 3 things you bought that you did not plan to buy. Actually think about them. I will wait. Got them? Now ask yourself honestly, what were you feeling before you bought each one? Bored? Stressed? Sad? Lonely? Excited about something unrelated? Because here is what the research actually found, and this is the part they definitely do not want you to know. Emotional state is the single most powerful predictor of unplanned spending. More than income, more than price, more than need. A 2019 study found that sadness alone increases willingness to spend by 300%. 300. Not 30, not 3. 300. So the next time an algorithm shows you comparison content, someone living better than you, thinner than you, more successful than you, know that the ad that follows was not placed there randomly. It was placed there because a system learned that feeling inadequate makes you spend. And it tested this on you until it knew exactly what inadequate looks like in your specific case. Physical stores are dangerous, but online shopping is a different level, completely different, because physical stores have limits. Shelves only hold so many products. Store hours end. You have to drive there. Therefore, physical stores can only manipulate you in limited ways. But the algorithm has no limits. None. It knows every product you lingered on, every category you hesitated in, every price point where you almost clicked, every time of day you are most vulnerable, every emotion that makes you spend. Therefore, it builds a profile. your exact psychological spending profile. Therefore, it shows you only the products most likely to extract money from your specific emotional vulnerabilities. Not what you need, not what you searched for. What your profile says, you cannot resist. Short sentence. It knows you. Shorter, better than you know yourself. Shortest, and it never forgets. Amazon alone has over 400 million products. You only ever see the ones that were selected specifically to make you spend. Therefore, every time you open that app feeling like you are browsing, but you are not browsing, you are being hunted with a weapon built from your own behavioral data. Only 2 left in stock. Sale ends in 001432. 12 people viewing this right now. These are not warnings. Therefore, they are weapons. Psychologist Robert Cialdini spent his entire career studying why people say yes. His number one finding: scarcity. When something feels rare, we want it more. When something feels disappearing, we stop thinking and start grabbing. But this is not weakness. This is evolution. In nature, rare things were genuinely valuable, available only briefly. Therefore, your ancestors who grabbed rare things immediately survived. Therefore, you are descended entirely from the grabbers, not the thinkers. But the countdown timer on that website, it resets the moment it hits 0. Therefore, the urgency was manufactured. Therefore, the scarcity was invented. Therefore, the panic you felt was engineered. The only 2 left in stock, there are 40,000 in a warehouse in New Jersey right now. So what do you actually do? Because knowing is not enough. I know that cigarettes cause cancer. People still smoke. I know sugar is destroying my health. I still eat it. Knowing and changing are completely different cognitive processes. So here is what actually works. Rule 1. The 48-hour pause. See something you want it desperately. Do not buy it. Wait exactly 48 hours. If you still want it, consider it. If you forgot about it, you never needed it. Most things disappear in 48 hours. Rule 2. Name the emotion first. Before any unplanned purchase, one question only. What am I feeling right now? Not what do I want. What am I feeling? Sad, bored, anxious, lonely. Name it. Just name it. Because you cannot medicate an emotion you have not identified. And spending is medication. Temporary, expensive, addictive. Rule 3. Remove the access. Delete the apps. Log out of saved cards. Add one extra step to purchasing. Friction saves money. Every extra click between you and the buy button is a moment for your rational brain to wake up and ask, do I actually want this? Usually the answer is no. They have neuroscientists. They have behavioral psychologists. They have data on 2 billion people. They have been doing this for 70 years, and you have been their best customer. But here is what changes today. Every manipulation technique we covered in this video, the store architecture, the dopamine cycle, the algorithm profile, the emotional targeting, the scarcity countdown, they all share one single weakness. They only work on people who do not know they exist. The moment you see the architecture, you stop walking where they built the path. The moment you name the dopamine, you stop chasing the chemical. The moment you recognize the emotional targeting, the ad loses its grip. The moment you understand the system loses its power over you. Your awareness is the only weapon they never found a way to defeat. So the next time you feel that sudden urge to buy something you did not know you wanted 5 minutes ago, remember this video and smile. Because now you see the game, and you cannot be played by a game you can clearly see. Subscribe to Deep Think, because this is exactly the kind of thing they hope you never find out.